what's unfolding now, and this is has been with me ever since 1990, when I first consciously started to realize my life was changing and there was something going on here. And that's why that first book I wrote is down over there somewhere, Truth Vibrations, because what I was told as we speak 21 years ago is that there was a vibrational change coming, and it was going to operate like a spiritual alarm clock, and it was going to wake people up from their slumber, and they were going to see themselves in the world in a completely different way. Now, 21 years ago, there was absolutely no evidence for that whatsoever.
There was no one on it at all, was there?
No, and there's no evidence of it. And the second thing it said, these truth vibrations, which are an information change. They're a change in the information construct. I said earlier that the base fabric of this universe is an information construct, waveform information construct. Well, what the truth vibrations are, what this vibrational change is, this transformation is that the information in that construct is changing, and we are decoding that information. And
is the information changing because of the subatomic particles and lots of energy coming in?
Yeah, it's well, energy is information. Everything is information, and it's information decoding information. I mean, if I get a computer disk like this, it's information, right? And I put it in that tower, and this, a computer, also information, is encoded to read that. And this is information encoded to read the information in the what I call the cosmic internet, the cosmic version of the wireless internet. So, if the information at that level, when we can talk about a vibrational change, well, it is, but it's an information change.
You get the Mayans as well. Sorry to interject there, David, but you get the Mayans, and when they describe the passages of time that we've been through, it's about consciousness and each level that we were at, you know, when we were here as the plant level, when we were the plants. If you wanted to come to Earth then, that was your best opportunity, is coming as a green plant. And then as you go...
daffodil.
Is that the Welsh side here? And so, you know, and finally, because we're on schedule, there's another big part of information to be released to us.
Well,
quickly now, isn't it?
I tell you how I see it anyway. That's all I can say is that we live in what I call another book up there. We live in a time loop. I wrote a book a few years ago called Tales from the Time Loop, and it's not a loop in space form, but we decode it, if you like a loop. And it works like this. Say you start at point A in the information construct of this universe, and then you go through B, C, D, E, and but it's not moving. It's just the vibrational information changes, and as we decode that information, and we bring it through to this holographic reality, we experience it as the illusion of time moving forward. And also we only come in and experience a little chunk of it. If we came and experienced all of it in one go, we'd realize that actually we've been through a gigantic cycle where the information construct has been in a certain state, and it's gone through various changes and changes and changes, and then it, in effect, comes back to the same point.
David, because I didn't do any of that at school.
Well, I
only through your books.
I never did any at school. Thank you, God. Either played football and looked out the window. But you know, I've said many times, this world's not just a little bit not like we think it is. It's nothing whatsoever like we think it is, and even, you know, we've got the illusion of time, even space, even movement is all illusory. It's in the way we experience it, because it's just decoded information. I mean, how can time as we experience it be real when you can cross an invisible line in the ocean and go into yesterday and go the other way and go into tomorrow? I don't know whether you've seen that international dateline either. It's not even straight. It goes there, and then someone says, "I'd rather be in yesterday than tomorrow." Okay, well, we'll move it. We'll go round your islands. Okay, and off it goes. It's a joke. Everything's happening in the now. So the dinosaur still exists somewhere in the now, as we are here in the now. Because people say, well, there's got to be a past and a future. Well, there's only the now moment. That's all there is.
And it all exists.
And you say to them, okay, well, tell me about the past. And I say, well, where are you when you're telling me about the past? You're in the now, what people would call the present, but it's more than that. And then you say, well, tell me about the future, and they tell you about the future, and now they thought about the future, and it's, well, where are you when you're telling me about the future? You're in the now. There is only the now moment.
That's the only point. You've got free will as well. You don't have free will in the past or the future. You only have it now.
The past and the future all exist in the now. What we call the past and the future all exist in the now. It's like if you put a DVD in of a movie, and as the movie's being read, and you're watching it, the scenes that you've watched, you perceive that as the past. The scene you're watching, you perceive as the present. And all the scenes you've not yet watched, you perceive as the future.
But it's not linear, is it?
But it's all, the whole thing exists at the same time on the same disc. The only question is where on the disc is being read at that moment, you know. And
for you personally, when you started off with true vibration, and you felt that instinctively, you know, that was your initial, in your DNA consciousness, that you were able to decode all that. And now, you know, it's 21 years further on. How much of that can you see other people have developed along with yourself?
Well, definitely. You know, when I started out, I obviously went through mass ridicule, which was very good for me, because
it's liberating, isn't it?
Well, very liberating, yeah, because it cleared me out of the...
Doesn't matter if you take the piss, so what?
It cleared me out of the prison that most people live in, which is the fear of what other people think. And you see, we come on a journey, and we let mind get in the way of the journey, because it's programmed to see the world in a certain way. Therefore, it doesn't understand feeling, intuition, which is a much higher level of awareness, because intuition doesn't think, it knows.
The gnosis.
Yeah, it's beyond thinking. Thinking is a very low level of awareness, because thinking is all working it out. Intuition just knows.
Yeah, your heart knows it, doesn't it?
And so when and we are on this journey, so when I look at my own life, I mean, I quite openly, you know, say it now. It's not. I came here. As I remember more and more and more and more, as you open up more and more and more, I came here to do what I'm doing. I came here to do everything that I've done. I came here to have the personal experiences that I've had, which were part of the process of clearing me out so I could open to greater and greater levels of awareness. And that which has been guiding me and handing me the puzzle pieces in these incredibly synchronistic ways, is where I come from. And
you got vindicated in a number of ways, didn't you? One, like true vibrations 20 years later was backed up like quantum physics, and that was incredible, and it's been so important for other researchers, I think, who've gone into the field of metaphysics and, you know, hard to grasp principles like, you know, the holographic universe and stuff like that, but it's being supported, that spirituality. And
well, the thing is that you know, I remember sitting on the Wogan show while the interview was going on, the infamous one, in 1991, and the audience were laughing, and part of me was dying. Actually, the part of me was,
yeah, you hacked it really well.
The part of me that was dying,
you kept your dignity,
was that which had to go for me to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But there was another, very aware of it while the interview was going on. There was something saying, don't worry about it, it's leading somewhere, it's all going to be fine. And you see, mind, if you symbolically are going down a river on a canoe, the journey of life, can only see as far as the next corner. But that which is beyond this reality, if we connect with it, if we allow it in, can see the whole journey from source to sea. And what to you here is a bloody disaster, further on is an incredible gift, because, you know, I've said many times, life gives you your greatest gifts, brilliantly disguised as your worst nightmare. And I had, you know, my worst nightmare, which was mass ridicule on a scale that few must have ever experienced. But what it did was clear me out of the fear of what other people think. So when I open my mouth, I say what I think. I don't think, you know, go through this mental gymnastics. How do I put this and what do I leave out so that they'll think I'm okay? I don't care if they think I'm okay. I'm not interested. Now, when I got round the next turn in the river, or few turns in the river, I'm being presented with information about
shape-shifting
reptilians, and the moon's not real. Now, if I hadn't have been cleared out through all that mass ridicule all those years ago of giving a shite what people think of me, then I ain't going to start talking about shape-shifting reptilians and the moon's not real. And where I'm going now, it's going even deeper. People are even more, not bizarre, just the way it's going is just becoming, you know, bloody blatantly obvious.
Can you tell us what that is?
No.
Damn.